Life is short. Every day, every hour, every moment is a piece of our life that we are trading for something. Hopefully something we can take pride in, something bigger than ourselves, something that justifies the blood, sweat, and tears that we must sacrifice to achieve it. This something burns like a fire deep within and illuminates the path that directs our life. And every step, every moment of our life is what carries us down this path. Your life is not what was, your life is not what will be. Welcome to the moment. This is your life. Your life is always here, always now. So what have you chosen to do with your life? Have you ever really made this choice? Or have you done what was obvious and simply rewarding, following the path of least resistance? After all, someone out there does have a very tempting something planned for you. Something for you to buy, something for you to watch, and something for you to think. In the age of information, it is not enough for the rich and powerful to own our wallets. They want to own our attention. They want to own the moments that comprise our life. And we have sold it to them. What we got in return was a never-ending slideshow of fake dramas, pranks, live streams, dances, cheap motivation, and just garbage. What we got for our lives was garbage. In Neil Postman's Amusing Ourselves to Death, published in 1985, he argues that the collapse of public discourse would be the result of trivializing and dramatizing issues for the purpose of entertainment. Now, I obviously would not be here if I didn't think education was possible through mediums of entertainment. But although you may be learning something right now, this video is not real. A movie about a love story is not a real love story. A video giving therapeutic advice is not real therapy. It is made first and foremost for entertainment. Some of it may be useful or even better than other forms of education, but most of what we receive from entertainment media is untrue or intentionally misrepresenting reality. The prevalence of social media, television, and other forms of entertainment have trapped us in a very powerful hyper-reality.
Everything you need to be happy. Your day is very important to us.
A hyper-reality is what occurs when a simulation of reality has become more real to its occupants than the reality it is supposed to represent. This hyper-reality in turn makes our actual lives feel mundane, unaccomplished, and boring in comparison to the world of false ideals. In order to make up for this, the consumption of images and representations becomes a central aspect of life in a hyper-real society. And as stated in Mark Rommel's The Hyper-Reality Wars, you can be presented with images and experiences as if you have achieved it all, but you haven't. You have to buy into the fantasy, but deep down there is something missing. What's missing is you. You yourself have become hyper-real, which means you have lost the real you and nothing can make up for the loss of yourself. You have become fixed to your persona, your mask, and now there is nothing beneath the mask. You've probably seen videos like this before, received some motivation, and then lost it the next day. I believe that in order to make lasting progress in our lives, we must change our mindset and our perspective. That is why I have been on a mission to make videos that look deeply into reality to find the beauty and structure in the cosmos and align us better with our purpose. So in order to find that deeper motivation, I ask you to please just hit that subscribe button. As a small creator, every subscriber means so much to me and helps motivate me to keep trying to help others. But enough about me, let's get back to the video. Dopamine is not a reward chemical, it is a motivation chemical. In this constant engagement with a hyper-reality takes our motivation away from our real life and towards false standards, external desires, and instant gratification. This creates a vicious cycle in which we need to consume more and more in order to stimulate our increasingly abused dopamine centers. You must step outside of this hyper-reality. You must become yourself. In order to find the drive to be able to do this, we must remember the ancient Roman dictum, memento mori. This phrase, which would be repeated in the ears of Roman generals during parades of victory, translates to, "Remember that you will die." This reminds us of the inevitability of death, which gives our lives meaning, and the urgency of living fully during our short life. We must remember why we live. We live in some way or another to express virtue and create some positive effect on the world, which allows life to continue. We live because we are capable of using our intelligence to create some form of beauty which can outlast us when we die. And finally, we live to create real experiences from which we can draw happiness, love, wisdom, and so much more throughout our life. These three things can take many different forms for different people, but ever present in a meaningful life, there is something. This something is worth bearing its responsibility, and it is unique to you, and that is what makes it real. Throughout our life, we have opportunities to create many different somethings for ourselves, some big and some small. To take advantage of this opportunity, we must always be setting goals for ourselves and trying new things in order to not be bored by the mundane in life. And through these goals and deep desires, we can harness our attention towards something that we actually value. This may seem intimidating, but it can be as simple as just picking up a new creative hobby like playing guitar or drawing sketches. Research shows that creative hobbies can improve psychological well-being, reduce stress, and make us more excited about life in general. By focusing on your internal goals and things that you enjoy and value, you can break free from the false influence of the hyperreal social network and receive gratification through your own actions rather than through the judgment of others. We must embrace the potential that is our life. All of real living is creating in some form or another, and according to the words of the philosopher King Marcus Aurelius, we must remember what we were born for. When you have trouble getting out of bed, tell yourself, "I have to go to work as a human being. What do I have to complain of if I'm going to do what I was born for, the things I was brought into the world to do? Or is this what I was created for, to huddle under the blankets and stay warm?" You were not made to stay warm. You were not made to stay comfortable. Within you is the strength to pursue whatever you would like. And if there is nothing you would like to pursue, then you must detach from social media and external consumption and find your true self, your inner self. The real you cannot be found on a screen. The real you exists within, but you must find you by trying and testing and becoming something in your real life. According to research from Baylor University, the average college student spends 8 to 10 hours a day on average on their cell phones. If you spent just half of that time pursuing something meaningful or working for yourself instead, that would be 4 hours a day, 120 hours a month, and 91 days of waking hours in a year. Imagine the profound impact you could make on yourself and your life if you devoted that much time to something that actually mattered. It's time to stop throwing away so much of our life. It's time to make a change.
What better place than here? What better time than now?
Now, I'm not saying that you need to stop using social media forever, but you've got to put limits on yourself and follow accounts or subscribe to channels that are not just garbage and are actually meaningful or helpful like this one. So if you appreciate me devoting my creativity to making this video alongside many videos on interesting and meaningful topics, please help out by leaving a like and subscribing and commenting your thoughts down below. I really hope you can apply something from this video in your real life, and as always, never stop questioning, talking, and thinking. Thank you.